Alright guys, so this is going to be my very first pickup video. Basically the concept of this is to kind of show you guys different like games and comics and stuff that I picked up during the week. That's why you guys can get an idea of, like what I'm doing, and maybe give you guys some ideas for some games or comics you might want to add to your collection. So let's get started. And I got to give a shout out to Alpha Megasin because I definitely got this from him, and that guy's cool as hell. So if you guys want to look him up, he's pretty cool. Anyways. This is the first game, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. It's actually, I've had it for a while, but it's just such a cool game, and I kind of want to show you guys, just in case you guys don't know about it. Those of you who are part of, One to See of Nerdom on Facebook, you guys know I've been shouting it out lately. But for those of you who aren't, this is it. It's actually a really cool game. It's more of a JRPG. I gotta say, it's a lot like, it's kind of weird, but it's like Pokemon mixed in with like Wizard of Oz / Alice in Wonderland, a little bit of like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. It's a really cool game, and I definitely urge you guys to try it, especially those who have a PlayStation 3. Sorry, it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Sorry for my Xbox gamers, but if you guys have a PS3, definitely go check it out. It's made from Level 5 Studios, and it's really cool. And also another thing, if you guys are fans of movies like Princess Mononoke or even Spirited Away, it's the same movie studios who helped out with the cutscenes and with like the anime portions of this game for the story. It's really cool. I definitely urge you guys to check it out. Next, this game, Persona 4 Arena. I picked it up on a whim. Basically, I was at a Blockbuster that was closing down, and it was $10. I heard a lot of great things about it. I figured I'd try it out. It's a fighting game. It's actually, it's kind of, as far as I've seen, more of like a basic fighting game, but it's really cool. I think there's a lot more depth to it. I'm just not seeing it. I've only tried it, one time. I also I tried the story mode. It's interesting to say the least. It's so far it's been nothing but cutscenes, but it's been like an anime playing out. It's really cool. I got it for $10. If you guys are skeptical, you guys can get it for a pretty decent price. I say go for it. It's available on both systems, Xbox and PlayStation 3. Picked up for PS3 because I want to build up my PS3 collection a little bit. So yeah, I would definitely try it out. It's really cool. Okay. Next set of games are actually older games. They're for the PS1, and I've been really trying to build up my retro gaming collection. I actually rebought a PlayStation 2 to play some of these games. Unfortunately, I got rid of my PS2 a while back, but thank God I have one back. Parasite Eve 1 and 2. Apparently these were really good, RPGs when I was growing up, and I never really got a chance to play them, and I regret that. But I'm going to play them, and these games are supposed to be really good. I'll let you guys know my further opinions down the road of how I feel about them. Definitely pop in Parasite Eve 1 maybe sometime during this week. Beat it, go on to 2. For those of you who have played it, because they are pretty old, looks like this one was from 98 and this one from 2000, Parasite Eve 2, 2000. If you guys played them, kind of let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I look forward to playing these babies. Another one that's more of a classic, Wild Arms. Again, never got to play it, unfortunately. I wasn't as big into RPGs when I was younger. These games, like this one for instance, came out in 1997. I was about 7. The only one I really remember playing back then was Final Fantasy 7. I just wasn't really big in RPGs at the time, but I am a lot more now, especially how deep they are and the stories are amazing. So I look forward to playing Wild Arms. Again, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. I can't wait to play this one. And lastly, because like I just said a couple of minutes ago, I am a huge Final Fantasy 7 fan. Probably my favorite RPG of all time. One of my favorite games of all time. And one game I picked up was for the PS2. It's Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy 7. This game, I went through the first chapter a little before recording this video. It's pretty cool. It's like a third-person shooter. it's pretty cool as far as getting different upgrades and, you know, making your gun better, and you can go into first person mode and shoot up all the soldiers coming at you. I don't know much about it yet still. I'm still kind of uncovering all the mysteries. I was very happy to see Kate Sith. That made me happy. And I can't wait to finish and play through it. You know, what do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. So those were all my video games. Let's go into some comics. So these are fairly new comics. You know, like I said before in my introductory video, if you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch that. Like the video. I visit the comic shop every Wednesday. I have a subscription with my local comic shop. If you guys can, support your local comic shops. There are a lot of great comic shops like Midtown Comics, but they're definitely the bigger chains. Support your local comic shops because they're the ones who are gonna, as you know, I think, treat you really good and treat you kind of like part of the family, and they're definitely good to keep around, especially for those, you know, rare comics that you may not be able to find at Midtown. But moving on, one of my favorite Marvel comics right now, part of the Marvel Now line, is All New X-Men, written by Michael Bendis, and I love Bendis ever since, man, like the New Avengers way back, and man, this is definitely one of the better stories going on right now. You know, it's definitely up there. I would say if it wasn't for the Superior Spider-Man books, this would be the best Marvel book out there. Again, that's subjective. I gotta tell you, I wasn't a huge fan of the X-Men comics prior to this. I read issue 1 because I was collecting issue 1s of all the new Marvel Now books, and I just absolutely fell in love. Check out All New X-Men. The next one is Uncanny X-Men, again written by Michael Bendis, and what's cool about this one is it's kind of like a tie-in. So you'll read All New X-Men, and you'll read that issue, and then when you come over here and read Uncanny X-Men, they give you little details that they didn't give you in All New X-Men. Now, you don't really need this to read All New X-Men, but you kind of need All New X-Men to read this, otherwise this probably doesn't make a lot of sense. It's definitely a companion book. It's, you know, it is a $3.99 book. Unfortunately, I was going to say hopefully it's a $2.99, but it's a $3.99 book, but it's a really good book. If you guys like X-Men, read them together. You'll have a really good experience, especially that, you know, Bendis is writing these books. It's amazing. And if you guys have seen, like, at the end credits of, like, you know, the Avengers and Iron Man and all that, Bendis definitely helps out with those movies, you know, as far as getting them information, help writing the movies, and it's really good stuff. All right. Next is Batman End. Now, most of you guys know when the New 52 first started, it was Batman and Robin. Unfortunately, after the events of Batman Inc. number 8, we no longer have Robin. Spoiler alert, you know, I'm sure most of you comic fans know by now Damian died. So right now what they're doing is they're just teaming Batman up with different people. As you can see in this one, Batman is being teamed up with Red Hood. The previous issue, it was Batman and Red and Robin. And you know, I'm really interested to see where these books are going to go. They're really good. I haven't read this one yet, but I did read the Red Robin one. Very good stuff. I love anything Batman, and this definitely it was great when he was teaming up with Damian, because I just really wanted to read more of Damian. Fortunately, he's gone, but continue on. This is a good book. Tomasi is one of the, I think, really good writers, and even the way he handled Damian and Bruce's relationship, so you know, it was really good. So go back and definitely pick up the older ones. This is issue 20. Go back and pick up, you know, issues 1 through, you know, I think 18 was the last time they were together as Batman and Robin. So check those out. These are really good. We have The Avenging Spider-Man. Avenging Spider-Man is, man, we got issue 20 already. I remember picking up issue 1. This is so good. It's basically a team-up book. And he's teamed up with so many people, from Deadpool to Captain America to the Hulk in the first 3 issues, Thor. Right now it seems like he's fighting the Chameleon, as you can see on the cover. And, you know, I haven't read this one yet, but definitely look forward to it. I heard it was a great book. And this book, it's not Peter anymore. It's Doc Ock as Spider-Man, the Superior Spider-Man, and I like that a lot. I think it gives a whole new web spin, so to speak, on the Spider-Man series. So definitely, yeah, check out Avenging Spider-Man. I think it's a really good book. If you guys haven't started reading it, what's cool about it is there's no jumping point, so you can jump on it at any time. He's always teaming up with somebody, and it's really cool. Check it out. Alright, next we have Green Arrow, number 20. Man, like, Green Arrow has been unbelievable. Ever since Jeff Lemire took over, which I want to say issue 17 it was. This, I never really thought to read Green Arrow before. But I really do dig him a lot. I don't watch Arrow on CW, unfortunately. I do probably want to get into it at some point. But man, the comic books are amazing. Right now he's basically uncovering a lot of mysteries as far as behind his father's death and a lot of the corruption in the company. But yeah, definitely this is a really good book to check out, Green Arrow. I love Green Arrow. Okay. Next is the lovely Batgirl. Man, the last issue was really, really deep as far as ending a storyline that they had going on. Batgirl is a very interesting character. I think a lot of people don't give her enough credit. Barbara Gordon is, I think, one of the more interesting characters in the DC universe, especially in the New 52. Gail Simone just really knocks it out of the park writing Batgirl. And I wasn't giving it a chance at first until I started, until Death of the Family started happening in the Batman storyline. And then that crossover started happening in Batgirl and Nightwing and all the other books. And that made me read Batgirl. And it really opened my eyes to what a good character she is. So now she's part of my regular lineup. Looks like here she's fighting the ventriloquist, who looks creepy as hell. And I think it's going to make for a good story arc. I'll let you guys know what I think about that. Okay. Next we have Age of Ultron, Book 8. This is a mini-series, going on by Marvel at the moment. It's what would happen if Ultron basically became the superior force and takes out everybody on Earth and, becomes the ultimate artificial intelligence. And the superheroes that are left get so desperate that they're pretty much trying everything they can to either, go back in time and go into the future and go face Ultron and basically try to take him down. There's a lot that's happened. I don't want to give too much away, especially unless I do a review about it, which might be soon. This issue was issue number 8. It was really good. Definitely check it out. This is all, at least for me, I wasn't going to read Age of Ultron until I found out that Angela from Image Comics, who initially appeared in was it Spawn number 9? She's actually coming to the Marvel Universe. And that really got me excited. So I started reading it. I've been collecting them since issue 1. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because it's actually a really good story. I'd recommend checking it out. Alright, so like I said before, I'm getting into more Dark Horse stuff, especially with the introduction of House and Golden Bones, which is basically a side project of Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Stone Sour. That comic book is basically everything that, if you guys are fans of Stone Sour or Slipknot, you guys know that recently Corey Taylor and Stone Sour released House of Golden Bones 1 and 2, 2 full-length albums, and the comic book accompanies and pretty much tells you what those albums are about. And it's really cool, and that's what really opened my eyes towards Dark Horse. So when I saw X, I was like, that motherfucker looks cool. Honestly. So I picked it up, I read it, and man, really different book, really cool book. So far it seems like he's an assassin. I don't know too much about X. I hope to find out more. It seems like he's an assassin, and in his city, Arcadia, there's a lot of corruption, especially with big business and corporations, and if I can relate to him a lot with trying to take out the corporation scum. But I'll keep you guys updated what I think about it, if I'm going to continue picking up X. So far, issue 1 was really good. I know there's issue 0 out right now. So next time I visit the comic shop, I'll pick that up, especially since I did like issue 1, and issue 0 was supposed to tell you a little bit more about what happened before issue 1 took place, of course. Alright, Justice League of America. So far it's starting off kind of slow, but of course if you guys are fans of DC, you know it's building up to something bigger. It's building up to the Trinity Wars, which is supposed to be, as far as I know now, again I don't know too much about it, it's supposed to be the Justice League versus Justice League of America versus Justice League Dark. I hope to find out more about it in the future, and I'm definitely going to pick it up and, you know, collect them and read them. I like this team. This team is a lot of, you know, I'd say lesser known characters. Maybe not really lesser known, but guys who I don't think get enough respect. You have guys like Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, Savage Hawkman. You have Vibe, who I really like Vibe, by the way, and I'll get into that later. You have Katana down there, and Catwoman, and I think her name is Stargirl. They formed the Justice League of America to kind of give America a better opinion of the Justice League. So right now they're a little bit down on the original Justice League, which is, you know, like Superman, Batman, Flash, and all those guys. And the public opinion about the Justice League is a little low, by the way. So this is kind of their answer, the Justice League of America. Give America the Justice League they could depend on, so to speak. And so far, it's been really cool. Martian Manhunter's on there. I love Martian Manhunter, and, you know, definitely check it out. It's really cool. This is issue number 3, so you're not very far back. Go ahead and find issue 1 and read on through. It's pretty cool. Next, Superior Spider-Man. This is issue number 9. This book was probably one of the more controversial ones. Not this book particularly, issue 9, but issue 1. As you guys know, at the end of Spider-Man 700, you had the death of Peter Parker, when Doc Ock basically switched minds with him and now has taken over Peter Parker's body. I gotta say, Superior Spider-Man is one of the best books out right now. Any company, I think. You have you know, Doc Ock adjusting to become Spider-Man, and he's struggling in his own ways, and he has his own moral dilemmas. He loses it sometimes and goes back to his supervillain ways, but in the same token, he's trying to be good, and a lot happens. And this is, man, some of Dan Slott's best work. A lot of people gave him hell for it, for killing off Peter. You know what? Sometimes a necessary evil is worth it to get something good. Some really fresh storylines that I think we're getting with Superior Spider-Man. You know, again, if you guys heard about Peter dying and you guys are trying to boycott it or whatever, don't. This is one of the better books Marvel's putting out right now. Pick up one issue. If you don't like it, hey, it was $4, you know? But definitely check it out, man. Superior Spider-Man is awesome. Okay. Here we have Batman number 20. You know, Scott Snyder is quite possibly, in my opinion, next to Jeff Johns, the best DC writer right now. His Batman books have been unbelievable. From issue 1 to the whole, you know, Court of the Owls storyline, to the Death of the Family storyline. Now we're going into Batman 0 Year. And this is just, man, some of the best writing in any comic that I've read. I love Batman, so that helps a whole bunch. But Scott Snyder, man, he's the man when it comes to DC Comics. Check out Batman if you haven't already. I'd say issue 21 is even issue 20 is a good jump on point. So if you haven't been reading Batman, pick up issue 20, read it, check it out, and then go into the whole new story arc that's starting. It's supposed to be some of the better writing or better stories from Scott Snyder. He seems very excited about it. I'm excited about it. I know the DC Universe is excited about it. So check it out, Batman. This one I had to pick up just because it's freaking Mega Man and Sonic. That's awesome. That combines two of my favorite things in the world: video games and comic books. Yeah. I haven't read it yet, but even if the storyline isn't great, it's from Archie Comics. I don't read a lot of Archie at all, to be honest with you, but it's Mega Man and Sonic. I had to pick it up. I'll let you guys know what I think about it and the whole story arc, and I, might end up reviewing it. It's pretty cool. It's video games and comics together. How is that bad? We'll find out if it is bad. Okay. Uncanny Avengers #8. I love Uncanny Avengers. I think it's the better, Avengers book going on right now. This pretty much takes place after, Avengers versus X-Men, where, I don't think it's much of a spoiler now, but when Professor X was killed, and this is basically the continuation. This is Captain America's project where he's combining Avengers and X-Men together to better the public opinion of the X-Men and show them all that, these are superheroes. These aren't monsters to be afraid of. They are like the Avengers. And it teams up guys like Havoc, who's Cyclops' brother, and he's basically the leader of the team. You have Cap, Wolverine, Thor, and Rogue, Scarlet Witch, and basically, it's a very good book. So far, right now they're going against Apocalypse, and it's a pretty weird storyline going on right now. It's like the Apocalypse twins. I'll read it, and I'll get a better understanding of it and give you guys a better opinion about it later on. But man, the first story arc against the Red Skull was amazing. So if you guys can pick up Uncanny Avengers 1 and read that whole story arc, it's awesome. I highly recommend it. Check it out. All right, check Red Hood and the Outlaws #20. I didn't know a lot about Red Hood until I saw the movie Under the Red Hood. Then I read the books Under the Red Hood. I love this character. This is awesome. I love, Jason Todd. I have the whole Death in the Family books. And this is basically a team of him. You have Arsenal, who's Red Arrow, who's Speedy, basically the Green Arrow's partner at one time, and Starfire. It's a team of 3. And right now it's a lot of supernatural stuff going on, but it's been interesting. It started off really strong. I think the whole space storyline with Starfire was a little off. I didn't like it very much, to be honest. And right now we have, I'll edit that out. But we have, okay, so this is what happened. You have Jason, who had his memory wiped after the altercation with Joker. He just did not want to remember what the Joker told him or the information he gave him. So he had his memory wiped, and now Starfire and Arsenal, aka Speedy, they're trying to find him and try to help restore his memory. Make him remember that they are his friends, that they are a team, they're the Outlaws together. I would definitely check out, the first story arc. It's been pretty cool. It's on and off. I do like it a lot. I will continue picking it up, but it has been on and off, I gotta be honest. Right. Deadpool. How did you not like Deadpool? I really like Daniel Way's Deadpool before they went into Marvel Now. Marvel Now's Deadpool has been, it's been okay. It's being written by Brian Posen, who's a comedian. You guys, type in the name, you'll know exactly who he is when you see his face. The first story arc, it was, I think it was kind of stupid. It had its moments, but basically you have Deadpool taking on the spirits of dead presidents after a necromancer tried to bring back the dead presidents to save the country. And once the presidents see the country, they hate it, they want to take it over completely and basically make like a dictatorship. It was okay. It had its moments. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next in a new story arc. But I love Deadpool. I love him as a character. He's one of my favorites. Can't wait for the video game to come out. And, definitely, I'd say try it. Your taste in comedy and comics might differ than mine. I really think it's going to be really cool going into the future, but I'll keep you guys updated with that. Okay. we have the Thunderbolts. This was awesome when I first saw it. It's a cool comic. You have a team of basically, I'd say I call them anti-heroes. You have Red Hulk teaming up with Elektra, with Deadpool, with Frank Castle, the Punisher, and Venom. And they're basically the team that is not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're going to take on these different like dictators and stuff like that in different countries. So far that's been the first story arc. They took down this dictator, I forget his name. But it was definitely really interesting, and I really just like the concept of the team. You know, red and black, some of my favorite colors. And basically the team up of those guys, it's definitely not your normal team. It started off with Daniel Way writing it, which I liked a lot. It looks like he even wrote number 9. I know he's on his way out. I don't know if it's issue 10 or 11 that he's on his way out with, and we'll have a new, creative team. But as of right now, I really do like Thunderbolts. You guys check it out. I think a lot of you who like those characters will like the team up. It's not a book that takes itself very seriously. It's very comedic. It's a lot of fun. So don't take it too seriously either. Otherwise, I don't think you'll like it. But I like it. And here, this is actually one of my favorite books. It's Vibe, Justice League of America's Vibe, and it's cool because it's not one of the characters that you kind of see very often. Like I love Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and all of them, and Vibe just brings something completely different to the table. And it's cool because it kind of shows his struggles on his family life and how he comes to learn how to use his powers to be a big part of the Justice League of America and to be a good force, a fighting force for them essentially. I really like Vibe. I recommend it to everybody. If you can pick up Vibe, I think it's a really good book. And last but not least, a character I've heard a lot of good things about ever since the start of the New 52. But again, it just wasn't a character I guess I was really drawn to. And this is my first book from that character. It's Swamp Thing, and I saw it was featuring Superman. So like, hell, what better point to try to check him out? Love Superman. I'll check out Swamp Thing, and let's see where this goes. I can't wait to read it. Number 20. And if the rumors are right and he's great, I think I'll definitely try to keep him in my lineup, but we'll see about that. Although I know they have some of the graphic novels, the trade paperbacks, so volume 1 and 2. So if it's good, I might check out one of those and see where I take it from there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a wrap for my first pickup video. I'll do more stuff like this all the time because I do things like go to the flea market close by, and this dude has a bunch of rare comics for sale, and rare ones, and he also has a bunch of old ones. Usually I go for the older ones. Like I got some Frank Miller Daredevil books at one point. I got a pretty cool Superman versus Lobo book, and so much of other stuff that you normally wouldn't, I guess, think to look for, like on eBay or something like that. But then you see it in his boxes, and you're like, damn, it's $1. Why not, But yeah, I mean, that's a wrap up. I'll not sure what my next video is going to be, but we'll keep it going. Anyways, thanks for watching the Rebol Show, and I'll catch you next time.